Well, continuing forward, I want to pull cards and ask about standing in our power. Let me give these a really good ruffle shuffle. And ask about standing in our power. What can you tell us about standing in our power during these times? Again, coming from the point of love and light. Okay, doesn't mean when you're in the point of love and light that you don't stand for truth and that you don't push back. A case in point, Yeshua ben Joseph went into the temple, threw over the money changers' tables and said, "This is a house of prayer." Okay, so it's basically the same thing that's going on now. Okay, the money changers out there that are hawking this stuff, the wealth and power, trying to take over spirituality and everything, and we have to turn over their tables. We're not having it. We're not going to do that. So again, it's about standing up for truth, love and light, and turning over the money changers' tables and saying, no. We're going to continue to feed the poor. We want to continue to have the messages, the true messages instigated of Christ, or those of the spiritual adepts that came to aid people to continue to bring us forward in higher elevated consciousness. And we see those other ones that are trying to preach under the name of Christ, but they are these wolves in sheep's clothing that are out there so prevalent now. And so that division is happening. So I want to ask the cards, what about standing in our power during this time? So the reading's about lovers, again, coming together. The messages we're putting out, the stories we're putting out about love and light, compassion, etc. You know, these things are up in the air. What are we going to fill them with? We've got the rainbows over there. So higher aspirations of these cups, emotional cups that we want to fill with better things. Again, higher awareness, more love, more light, more compassion, going forward for the world. Okay, we are in the midst of transition for the world. Like it said, there is that division that's happening now. And our way is to continue to speak in love, truth to power, about the elevated things we want to bring in. The cups are there, and all of these things. What is it that we want to go forward? What do we want to fill those with? Again, we have the rainbow there, the rainbow of promises. And what are the promises and the things that we want to bring forward? So the energy coming into it is now, where people are starting to see, but they're not still not seeing clearly, okay? And so it's about continuing to bring out truth, because people maybe are starting to see, but there's still that veil. Perhaps they still don't see in clarity, which is so important when it comes to making big changes and manipulations that they have been trying to do, the darker forces, manipulations, okay? And we have this new cup coming in to the world. So what are we going to do when it comes to their attempted manipulations? We have this empty cup. What are we going to fill it with? What is going to be the flowering going forward? So what we have now are about the messages. Are we going to instigate the messages? And this, many times you see the fish. Sometimes the fish are emotional, the emotional messages. The fish was also used in early Christianity to show who is the Christian and who is not. So these messages being put out that could be beneficial for people rather than the fishtails of lies. Make it the fish of feeding and being able to bring these things forward for the good of humanity. Yeah, to move us through this difficult time, seeing the obstacles and being able to counter these manipulations with truth going forward. And again, the sword of truth, bringing out more, the start of compassion, the start of truth across the world. Okay, so good things when it comes to what's being birthed, when it comes to honoring Mother Nature. That is our challenge. We need to honor Mother Nature and look at the truth, hold on to our power within. Know that we do have power, we just need to hold on to it and we need to bring it forward. Again, the sword of truth, fighting for truth, new truth coming out in the world, the truth of the divine feminine coming out, the truth of bringing these things forward into the world. Okay, when it comes to what we are offering up that cup of compassion, the lovers, seeing through the veil, bringing forward these message of true Christianity, true light, when love, compassion, birthing that in the world, birthing that with Mother Nature, birthing that in America with what is being offered. It's about what we're offering up. When it comes to the feeling of lack, okay? So many things are up in the air when it comes to the manipulations and making major changes, navigating through these waters of understanding, holding on to our power, and seeing what is outside of true spirituality. They have exchanged true spirituality for money, for filthy lucre, okay, the handout of monetary stuff. But behind that is that church. You see here the stained glass window. There is coming back into the fold of true spirituality rather than chasing after the monetary things and feeling like you have been neglected. Hold on to your truth and the wheel is turning, okay? The wheel is turning when it comes to the world. New cup coming in of awareness, truth, holding on to truth, to power. That wheel is turning in the world. So very, very positive. The lovers, what was being offered into the world, and this is turning. So underneath of it, the fullness of their monetary drama, okay? And this could be also holding what's of value in your life. What is it of value? Are you looking towards the monetary stuff? Or are you really holding, gathering, collecting what is of value to you? The fullness of that. Shedding light. Okay? Again, on the importance of what you have in your daily life. The things that you are holding to as important. What is being built, what's being constructed, and about looking deeper, investigating, learning, okay? Learning and putting it out there so that you strengthen what it is you think that is of value in your life, the fullness, light on the path you are walking, okay? What you're holding on to when it comes to stability in the home, when it comes to dealing with the other things that they are trying to put out, perhaps from the White House, but also this is the card of stability and action when it comes to your home and what you got, gratitude for what you have, looking at what's being built and those things that are, again, against your benefit. Looking at the things being built that are against your benefit. Letting go of those toxicities with this message of action. the message of action that's being studied. Again, releasing yourself from the toxicity that you've had perhaps ruling your life, the strength of the value of what you're gathering and collecting. Again, very rapidly, the truth coming out, the Peregrine Falcon, when it comes to looking deeper within yourself, the deeper. Oh, I read the other one wrong. Okay, never mind. So let's go back to this one. The light, the path being shed, looking deeper, when it comes to what you're holding on to in your world situation and your sense of spirituality, okay? When it comes to holding on to the things and having balance within your home life and your spirituality, okay? The home life, your spiritual life, and what you are holding on to in your daily happenings. It's about opening the doors, moving forward out of toxicity, things that have kept you bound, and again, looking deeper into studying this message about action when it comes to these things raining down that have kept you, mentality that has kept you tied up, feeling tied up and overburdened. So again, coming into an agreement when it comes to new actions of the harvest, the things you're going to gather and collect, and bringing in a new path forward, okay, in your daily life, and letting go of the toxicity that you feel has been raining down, holding on to your power and bringing new things into your world and across the planet, okay? So letting go of the toxicity, coming into true spiritual power, bringing it into your daily life, and moving forward. So it's all a beneficial reading about holding on to your power and moving forward during this time. And it's a time of reflection. It's a time of figuring out really what's of value to you within your life and moving forward on that. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.